Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining us today. Of course, a little bit earlier than normal, but you can watch us anytime on your Facebook feed throughout the day. We make it into a podcast every day. Go to inform.com/podcast and look for the Inform Minute and look for it there on our Inform YouTube channel, live on air every weekday morning. Lisa, Lydia, Scott, heading into the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, sweaty. Really tomorrow, but today we'll start to feel it. Wind out of the south. It changed that direction while you were sleeping last night. That'll do two things. It'll get rid of the wildfire smoke.
That's good.
Thank goodness. Yep. Air quality will improve. The sky will turn crisper and clearer and bluer this afternoon. And then that south wind is also bringing in the heat. So temperatures today, upper 80s to near 90.
Okay.
And it will be windy all day long, but you can't hate on that wind if you, one, want the heat, or two, want the smoke to go away. Gusting 30 to 40 miles an hour. So standing in a hairdryer, it's that kind of day. Hot and windy. Tomorrow, even hotter, 90s, mid 90s in some spots. Forecasting 94 for Fargo. Not record breaking, but warm for late August now.
Yeah.
And then a touch of humidity will make it feel like the triple digits.
Okay.
So, oof, yeah. Wind turning around to the northwest, not as gusty for tomorrow, and bringing in maybe a little more haze. So maybe a hazy touch to the sky tomorrow, but I don't expect it to be as bad as what we saw yesterday or even this morning. Showers will build into the picture late Saturday night, off and on throughout Sunday, just kind of scattered about the region. Not everywhere will get rain. Not a super soaker like we saw last Sunday when we had 4 inches in some spots, so that's not happening. But some scattered thunder showers, you might hear a rumble here or there. I don't expect severe weather, though. We're just not having the parameters line up for that. Still hot through most of next week. I have temps in the 80s to near 90 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Cold front on Thursday will bring us a chance at some storms and then cool us down as we head into the last weekend of August.
I can't do this.
I
Time of year
know.
already.
Summer's winding down, but it's still hot.
Is.
So.
Lots of kiddos headed back to school. Some this week, some next week, and it's cooking outside, so it's hard to sit in the classroom. Hopefully you have air conditioning.
Yeah.
My school does now, but they did not when I was there. And we would have hot days or hot afternoons where we got out of school because it was just too
hot for class.
stifling. Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Right.
thanks guys.
Lydia. All right, well, we had breaking news on First News for you this morning. Fargo firefighters spent most of the overnight hours putting out a roof fire on the Prairie Public Broadcasting Building that's in downtown Fargo. A lot of tall buildings all down that area, including the Radisson Hotel. A little bit of confusion, in fact, when the call first came into 911. They weren't sure which building the flames were on top of. Luckily, no one was hurt. They were able to put out the fire. We are hearing there was some smoke and water damage to the Prairie Public Building. We are still working to find out the cause of that fire.
Also breaking this morning, a 45-year-old West Fargo man was killed in a motorcycle crash. We still don't know his name right now, but we do know he was on Highway 15 just west of Pekin, North Dakota. He lost control of the motorcycle, went off the road, obviously. Troopers say that the man hit a curb in the road where he hit a railroad crossing embankment. He was not wearing a helmet.
New this morning, a child is in the hospital after police say that child was hit by a car while the child was on their bike. The accident happened on 12th Avenue North in Grand Forks. It's kind of an area near Hugo's. According to officers, the car had just turned onto the road from a nearby parking lot when the child rode into oncoming traffic. The driver tried to stop, tried to brake, but still hit the child. Grand Forks police say the driver wasn't hurt, but we do know that that child on the bike had to be taken to the hospital. We are still working to learn how severe the injuries are this morning.
2 people in Jamestown are waking up behind bars this morning after leading police on a car chase. 29-year-old Eric Odegaard had an outstanding warrant when police tried to approach him outside of a building in Jamestown. That's when he ran away and got into a car. Now, that car was driven by 74-year-old Wanda Guttormson, who is related to Odegaard. Police say she drove recklessly for several blocks before pulling into a parking lot. That's when Odegaard got out, took off running again. Police eventually arrested him for failure to halt and possession of marijuana. Guttormson tried to leave the parking lot but was caught by officers before she could do so. She was arrested for fleeing and attempting to elude.
You're probably going to notice more college kids in town this weekend, both NDSU, UND, move-in weekend this weekend, so they're going to be in that heat, moving into those. I don't think dorm rooms all have AC.
Not all of them, I'm not
so
sure, but
it could be a hot one.
It
But
gets stuffy.
At NDSU tomorrow, it starts at 8 to 1 at NDSU. UND is also tomorrow, and that's in the morning from 8 until 5. UND students can move in on Sunday, but they won't have those extra fun, friendly volunteers helping you unpack on Sunday, so you might want to just go ahead and do it on Saturday. But you're going to notice a lot of people in town. A lot of people at the Fargo Dome as well for Pink concert tomorrow night. So campuses are filling up this weekend for sure.
A lot going on. All right, This morning, we do know that the investigators in the case of that Fargo shooting a month ago are still waiting to hear back from the FBI about interviews with what they're calling persons of interest in the ambush on Fargo police officers. That's, of course, the incident that Officer Jake Wallin was killed in. So we now know they also plan to test Mohammed Barakat's guns with the ATF to see if they're connected to any other crimes. But what a lot of people are talking about right now this morning is the release of that body cam video that happened yesterday. It shows the perspective of Officer Zachary Robinson, who was the one who shot and killed the shooter, Mohammed Barakat. If you haven't seen it yet, it's very intense. We warn you, it's tough to watch, but you can see it on our website, inform.com, and you can also read more about the ongoing investigation on that website as well.
Okay, they've been waiting all week for tonight. It's the big night for our Fargo Little Leaguers. First time in history of our Fargo team going to the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
It's happening in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The game is going to be on ESPN at 6 tonight. We already started our coverage. WDAY's Matt Henson was on First News this morning, but he's going to have coverage throughout the day leading up to that big game at
Fun
6
stuff.
o'clock. And also, if you're not, everyone's excited. So you should go to the watch party because it's more fun to watch with a whole bunch of fans. They're having that at the Buffalo Wild Wings on 42nd Street. They're encouraging people to either wear your, Youth Fargo baseball gear or green and gold. So.
Heck yeah. All right, Friday football also back. We're going to be streaming some games on TV, also online. Doubleheader tonight, WDAY Extra and WDAY Plus. So on Extra, Central Cass Squirrels in Kindred to take on the Vikings. That's at 7. At the same time, Hillsborough Central Valley Burros kicking off against Mayport CG Patriots. That's on Plus. If you need to buy a subscription, just go to inform.com/WDAY Plus for the details and get that pass so you can watch all the games this year.
And this is just like the busy time of year for Dom. So be sure to tune in to Hot Mic with Dom Izzo this morning, every weekday morning from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and also inform.com. He'll be covering all of the big Friday night football game and the Little League World Series as well.
Yeah, that's right. Enjoy your weekend, folks. Stay hydrated. Use your sunscreen. It's going to be hot out there, but should be a good way to kind of wind down summer.
Have a great day. We'll see you back here Monday.